and at the anode we are getting the anode rays. So the fast moving protons only we used to call it as anode. So if you take the heavier gas, then the protons will be together, then they will come out. That is what we can see. The protons mass is heavier in the heavier gas. So the protons which are coming at the anode, they are depends on the type of gas which we are taking. So now if you notice it here, from this we can define proton. So can anybody say what do you mean by proton? Definition, please. Proton means what? Like electron, as I said. Proton means what it is. Jayavarsini, can you say? So what do you mean by proton? Proton means a proton is a positively charged particle found in the atoms of all the elements. That's all. So it is a positively charged particle. Positively charged particle found in all the elements. Positively charged particle found in all the atoms. That is what you have to remember. Clear, everybody? All the atoms of the elements. This is all about it. Okay. So now, like same way, electrons, characteristics of electrons you people studied. Yes or no, guys? Now you can see these protons are located in where, guys? They have been found that what is the location of the protons? The location of the protons is at the nucleus of an atom, and only the one and only element which contains only proton. What it is? Hydrogen. So the location of protons is inside the nucleus. That is why we can say proton is also called as nucleons. So on the symbolic representation of proton, how we can represent? P and up, if we'll write super, we'll write place. That is what we used to call as proton symbol. Understand? Understand, Pradosh? So that is you have to. So P and up superscript if we'll write plus, that is what indicating proton. So proton and plus sign for what charge? Plus indicate what? Plus indicate positive charge. Okay, guys. P indicate proton. Plus indicate what? Plus indicate positive charge. This is what we used to call as discovery of protons. So now let us go to the characteristics of proton. All of you keep heading. Characteristics of proton. This already we studied, but it's okay. Characteristics of proton. So what is the mass of proton? As we know, first one, mass of proton. That is the first one. So you people already studied. What is the mass of proton? Alana, Lakshmi?
1.6 into 10 power minus 19.
So 1 power 6 into 10 power minus 19 is the, I think it is the charge, it's not the mass.
Yeah, 1.67 into 10 power minus 27.
So if you take mass, the mass of a proton, which is equals to what? A mass of a hydrogen atom. So we can say the relative mass of a proton is 1U. Is it yes or no, guys? So as we know, a mass of one hydrogen, mass of hydrogen atom, how much, guys? Mass of hydrogen atom is what? 1U. So the relative mass of proton also. So the relative mass of proton, which is also is what? Is also 1U. That is what you have to remember it. So already I said you, what is the mass of proton? You can check it here. What is the mass of proton? Mass of proton is 1.67 into 10 power minus 20. Same way like hydrogen also. Understand? So we can say mass of proton, which is equals to what? Mass of hydrogen. So mass of proton, which is equals to mass of hydrogen. So we can say 1.67 into 10 power minus how much, guys? Minus 20? 27 kilogram, which is equals to mass of hydrogen 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kilogram. So that is why we can say the mass of one proton is 1U and mass of one hydrogen is also how much? 1U. So relative mass, while comparing the mass of proton with hydrogen atom, which hydrogen atom? Basic hydrogen atom. So which also contains only one hydrogen. So that it is equals to what? 1u is equals to 1u. This is what the relative mass of proton. Understand, guys, everybody? So we can say one mass of one proton also equals to how many times it is greater than electron? Anybody can say mass of proton also how many times it is greater than? So mass of proton
1840.
Mass of proton is 1840 times greater than what? Times greater than
Proton.
greater than what? Electrons. What proton, Ramonesh? What you are speaking, man? So one proton is equals to 1840 electrons. That is what we can say. Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
From this also we can say mass of mass of one electron, which is equals to what? 1 by 1840 times of mass of proton. Understand, everyone? That is what you have to remember.
Yes, sir.
This is all about mass of proton. So now if mass of proton is over, Aswita, you have written Manya and Samya? So now what is
Yes,
the
sir.
Laksha, what is the second one? Second characteristics. First characteristics is over. That is what? Mass of proton. What is the second characteristics? Charge of proton. The charge of proton, you can say. So what is the charge of proton? If the charge of proton is equals to what? Charge of electron. But it is what? Opposite charge. Understand? So charge of proton is equals to also charge of electron, but it is what? Opposite charge. Because charge of electron is negative or positive? Negative.
Positive.
Hey, charge of electron, charge of electron is negative. So the charge of proton is what? It is positive. Right.
Positive.
Charge of proton is equal and opposite to the charge of electron. The charge of proton, is equal, but it is what? Equal and opposite to the charge of what, guys? Charge of electron. That is what you have to remember. So we can say like Newton's third law. So charge of electron is equals to how much, guys? Charge of electron is equals to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So this is minus, and which is equals to what? Charge of proton P plus, which is equals to what? Positive
1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb.
This is what it is. Both the charges are same, but what it is? This is minus and this is
Charge is opposite.
okay. That is what you have to remember. So we can say 1 unit of negative charge, which is equals to what? 1 unit of positive charge. That is what we can say. So the relative charge of a proton is how much, guys? We can say +1 or -1. The relative charge of proton is
+1.
Understanding. But electron is how much?
-1.
Okay?
Minus.
The relative charge of proton is +1. What is electron? Electron, what is the relative charge, brothers? You can see here. So what is the electron relative charge? We have been written. It is -1. This is what it is. So this is what the relative charge of electron is -1. And the relative charge of proton is how much? Proton is equals to +1.
+1.
Darun, have you understand, Darun? This is what you have to write it. So if you'll notice it here, this is all about the discovery of electrons and discovery of protons. Now the next one is neutral substance, one more subatomic particle. That is what we can say discovery of neutrons. So this discovery of neutrons we people will study in the next class, and as well as characteristics also. So now if you'll see the formation of cathode rays and anode rays and passing electricity through the gases at very low pressure, it will tell us what? It will tell us atoms is not indivisible and they are made up of much smaller particles. That is what we can say. The formation of cathode rays will tell us what, guys? Devarsini? The formation of cathode rays will tell us that atoms contains what, guys? Atoms contains negatively charged particles called as what it is? Electrons. And same way, the formation of anode rays tells us that atoms contains what it is? A charged positively charged particles called as what is to call? Proton. So that is what we say proton. So remember, fast moving electrons is only called as cathode rays. Please note it down. And fast moving protons is called as what? Protons is called as anode rays. You understand, everybody? That is what. So from this cathode rays experiment, we can say what? Atoms are not indivisible. Yes or no? Basically, J.J. Thomson, last chapter you have studied Rutherford models. What is that model? 6 laws, what we used to call it? He used to say, correct, last chapter. I think now only we'll study. So that usually we people study J.J. Thomson and all, they will say atoms are indivisible. Means it is not possible to divide the atoms further. But with the cathode rays tube activity, it is proved that it is not true. Is it yes or no? Because atoms are not indivisible. We can, again, they are made up of smaller particles called as what it is, guys? That is only electrons and protons. So by this time, there is no discovery of neutrons. Later only, the neutrons has been discovered. That is what the theory or a discovery of neutrons. So this discovery of neutrons is done by James Chadwick. What is his name? The next one.
James Chadwick.
So neutrons has been discovered by James Chadwick. So 3 scientists names I said already. Electrons who has been discovered, Mr. J.J. Thomson. Protons has been discovered by Goldstein. And the neutrons has been discovered by James Chadwick. Okay. Chadwick, Chadwick. Okay. So this James Chadwick, how he has been discovered, this all we'll see in the next class. So now you will write last statement regarding these protons and neutrons. That is what atoms are indestructible or indivisible, we people study. But with the help of these cathode rays and anode rays experiment, we can say it is not indivisible. It is made up of smaller particles called as electrons and protons. That is right. The formation of cathode rays and anode rays. 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 Mukesh, are you understand, Mukesh? Shakti also. If you have doubt, you can ask me. The formation of cathode rays and anode rays and passing electricity through gases at high voltage or low voltage current, guys? Passing
high voltage.
High voltage. That is what you have to write. And passing high voltage electricity through a gases at what pressure? Low pressure or high pressure?
Low pressure.
Low pressure. Electricity through gases at very low pressure tells us that atom is not indivisible. Atom is what? Atom is not
through gases at.
Yes, atom is not indivisible through gases at very low pressure. Very low pressure tells us that atom is not indivisible. Atom is not indivisible. It is made up of what, guys? It is made up of smaller particles. It is made up of smaller particles known as what, guys? It is made up of smaller particles, electrons and protons. Okay? Electrons is only called as what? Cathode rays, and protons is called as anode rays. That is what you have to remember. But Remember, when the protons will form, when high voltage current will pass across these gases, then electrons will be removed by this high voltage current. Then only the remaining part only we used to called as, what is that called as, guys? That is only called as protons. Understand?
Anode ray.
High voltage. Initially itself protons won't form. When the protons will form, once the high voltage electricity will remove the electrons from the atoms, then the protons will form. That is what it is. So this is what the story of discovery of protons and discovery of electrons. Hope you all understand everything clear. Any doubt? Jayvarshini, Prados? So now if you understand this, then next class we'll study what is the discovery of neutrons, and as well as what is the characteristics of neutrons, and later we will go and we'll study the structure of atoms. That is what we can say, Thomson's model of the atom. And last chapter we are studying one theory, 6 points it will be there. What is that, Elvankel, can you say? Somebody said the
Dalton theory.
Yeah, Dalton theory.
Atomic theory.
He said atoms are indivisible. Yes or no? That is what I think is the first point of Dalton atomic theory. Yes? But
Yes, sir.
it has been proved now what? It is right or wrong? It has been proved that not indivisible. It is made up of smaller much particle, so that we can divide it much further into 3 subatomic particles. That is the third subatomic particle only, neutron. We'll see in the next class. So later, what is the models of an atom given by the different persons? That is what we can say, Thomson model, and as well as Rutherford model, and as well as Bohr's model. Okay, Niels Bohr model. So that is what we'll study. But Rutherford model, it will take a long time because a lot of things are there. We need to study regarding the Rutherford model, because Rutherford model is more important than any other thing. That is, even we're having real life applications also, a lot of things, Rutherford model on that. So this all we'll study in the next class. So with this, I will leave you. Next we'll study next class. Thank you all of you. Bye. We'll meet in tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.